Press play.
Yeah.
This is an untitled self-portrait by New Delhi-born queer photographer Sunil Gupta. Gupta migrated from New Delhi to Canada and New York before settling in London. Throughout his ongoing career, Gupta captured queer life through his portraits of queer couples. Ian and Pavlik, Ian and Julian, Bruno and Daniel, David and Peter, John and John, Jonathan and Kim, Lisa and Emily. Gupta's untitled self-portrait shows himself and his lover standing in front of a cinema, presumably after a date night together. The film being shown is Stephen Frears' My Beautiful Laundrette, a 1980s film about an interracial gay couple who navigate prejudice, falling in love in secret. Its poignance in the staging of Gupta's self-portrait has explicit meaning. That is, if you know of the film and its themes. This subtle coding allows for the insinuation of queer identity at a time when queer visibility didn't largely exist, and queer people had to live out their romantic lives in private. Sunil's body of work aims to normalise queerness. Love is love. Sunil and other queer practitioners' work created the bedrock on which modern-day pride supports itself. It is this early documentation of queer life that has opened the door for more explicit forms of pride. We have always been here. Sunil's art is dangerous and vital in dismantling prejudices towards the queer community. His bravery has existed and continues to exist. Thank you, Ian and Pavlik. Thank you, Ian and Julian. Thank you, Bruno and Daniel. Thank you, David and Peter. Thank you, John and John. Thank you, Jonathan and Kim. Thank you, Lisa and Emily. Thank you, Sunil and his lover.
So yeah, maybe first just say what you thought of the film.
I thought it was really, beautiful. And, I really like the pared back way of filming it, the content, way of, the format. Because I think it just really makes you, focus on the couples and, the words. I also think it's, such an interesting, hidden part of, art history. And a celebration that, queer love has always been there and always, even if it wasn't the dark, and these people have paved the way for what the lives that we live now, and being able to be open about our queerness and not hide in the shadows, which is what, he did, but then brought to the forefront through his art.
And as a queer practitioner, how does learning about his work and what he did make you feel about your own practice?
I think it's empowering, because I think learning about queer art history and just queer history in general is so important, because it's inspirational, and I think it's important to know the leaps and bounds that people made to get us to where we are now, and it makes me feel it pushes me to make work that is going to better the community as well, and that's something that I'm really passionate about. And I think watching something like this is empowering to young queer people or any age to carry the torch, and keep going, and because things are still not where they should be, but because of people what's his name?
Sunil Gupta.
Sunil?
Yeah.
Because of people like Sunil, who were bold with their practice and their creativity in fighting for queer representation. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
No, that's great. I really liked making the film, and I feel like that's what I've taken away from it.
Yeah.
It's quite emboldening.
Totally, but also it's the kind of like things that we're taught in uni and stuff. I mean, not all of it, obviously, but like kind of a lot of, I think, art history that people are aware of are straight white men, and it's it's limiting people's like views on creativity and approaches as well. And like, yeah, I don't know, I think it's important to have this representation shown, and like, yes, your sexuality is not your entire being, but it is a big part of who you are. And like, I think the representation of that in art and like the queer community in art and creativity is really